Because to build yourself as a financially stable person, you have to have something called 401k. So if you do not have a personal business that you're creating or something, and you are W-2 try to stay in a job at least for 3 years, because you get something called 401k. 401k is free money that employers give out. And a lot of us miss it out because we are moving from job to job. It will take up to a year for you to get a 401k. An employer will match up to from 3% to up to 7%. What they do is you can contribute. Whatever you contribute, the employer will match exactly 3% of that money. So the 3% that the employer contribute to your 401k, it's free money. Who doesn't want free money? It's sitting there and it's growing while you're doing your job. That is something that is really important. The second important thing, this is anybody who has come from that era of like you came in the country while you're a working person, you're a grown up. Second is credit. You know why your neighbor or why non-immigrant walk into a dealership and get themselves a car and nobody asks them for 0 penny? You know why they walk into a realtor office and get themselves a house that they want? Not all of them have cash money. They have something called credit. And I know Dave Ramsey is out there. He talks about how to save money and not have credit. But most of us take his word in the wrong way. He still does not tell you to have bad credit. Because if you don't have credit, then you have to make sure you don't have bad credit. So no loan, no funny loan. That a lot of us are caught up in loans. You walk into a mall and someone says, do you want a credit card so you can save 5%? So you can save. Don't get those credit cards in a mall. Macy credit card and all the other credit cards, do not get them. They mess up your credit score. It's better to have 0 credit than to have bad credit. So make sure you started building your credit. You may ask yourself, how are you going to build your credit? It's very simple. Every area in the U.S., you have banks called credit unions. It will have a fancy name before, but it will have credit union at the end of it. So look for a credit union next to you. Tell them that you want to build up your credit. They'll open a credit, like a debit card per se, but it's a credit card with a limit of $500. You would deposit $500 in that account, and they will let you have a credit card. But that credit card, you only allowed to use 30% of that credit card. This is other information that a lot of us didn't know. When you have a credit card, never go beyond 30% of the limit of your credit card. Because once you go 30% of the limit of your credit card, the bank, you send an information to the bank telling them that you are not able to sustain yourself without loan. So you are living based on your credit card. So every credit card from now on, go ahead and check your limit, calculate 30% of that limit. That's the only thing you can use. Now remember, if you have a credit union card that you're building your credit, 500%, like 500, 30% of 500, how much is that? It's nothing. You need to use that every single month. Make sure you use that 30% of the $500. 10% of 500 is $50. So what is 30%? Something out there. Do the math. I'm not a mathematician. But it's going to be very, very less. So make sure you use the 30% of your credit card every single month. Pay it within 3 cycles. I'm becoming financial now. Cycles are like every 3 weeks. That's where you have to pay. So most credit card will start from the 25th until the 1st of the month. It's going to be 25th, 28th, 27th. Make sure you pay it on the billing cycle. If you're paying it online, it will have something calling automatic pay, where you can just click auto pay. It will pay itself every now and then, every month. If you do that for about a year, your credit scores start growing up. If you have a loan, God forbid you got a loan, you need to make sure you pay that loan every time. Every time you pay your loan, people have like cell phone loans, car loan. These are necessity loan. I'm not going to talk about clothing loan because that's very unwise loan. So the loan that you may occur while you're here is car loan, house loan, cell phone loan. These are necessity you need. If you have those loans, make sure you pay them on time. That does work. It does contribute on building your credit. Your bills at home, utility bills, water, electricity, gas, those contribute also to your credit score. So if you have those in check, your rent, is your rent being paid on time? That contribute on your credit score. So that once your credit score is above 620, any bank will listen to what you have to say. They will give you sometimes a little bit of higher rate, but it's going to be very, very unlikely that you are denied for things that you're looking for a car or for a house. They will entertain you. I'm not saying they will allow you, they will approve you right away, but they'll entertain you. If your credit score is 700 and above, they will listen to you and give you loan that you're asking still in a parameter that are okay. There's nothing that it's painful as a person walking into a bank and you need a loan for a necessity thing like a car, or maybe you want to buy a house because everybody in your neighborhood owns a house now. You want to do it and you are earning a lot of money. I know people who are earning $150,000 a year and cannot afford